Hey yo, what is up? News and updates coming to you from the 27th of November. It is actually 28th of November, early in the morning. Once again, news and updates is slightly behind. That's because we dropped a video yesterday on the Object 274A, a quick first-hand review, a reaction video. Go check it out if you haven't. Today's news and updates anyway. Hope before that goes on, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. First of all, have you received your Super Chaffee yet? If you've been in service for something like, if you played this game for 4 years or something like that, you get one of these tanks for free. It is a tier 6. All you need to do is just log in and you will get it. And the first bit of news, above everything else, is also in the garage. You can see the Polar Marathon event starting today. So make sure you get into it. At the end of the mission, you get a free tank, the Object 274A that I just mentioned to you about. Anyway, in today's news, what we have for you, we have a little bit of gossip. We have a little bit of 2D skins for you guys. We have a little bit of news on tanks that are being nerfed. We have 2 new maps and 1 reworked map. We also have a super test tank. We have a new tank, and we have some final renders for the Progetto Progetto 54 tier 9. I think it is going to be like a heavy tank, but I'm not sure. But let's get straight into it. First of all, we'll get into some gossip on the World of Tanks office. Of course, Vyacheslav Makarov leaves as the leader of the Party of Direct Democracy. Now, in case you didn't know, this guy, who is one of the founders in World of Tanks, he went off in January 2020 and formed his own political party called the Direct Democracy Party, which is, if you follow the news, if you follow politics, international politics, apparently his Direct Democracy Party has been accused of being one of those spoiler parties for President Putin. Apparently, a lot of these rich oligarchs in Russia, what they do is they make their own political parties, pretending to be, opposed to Putin, and what these spoiler parties do is they take away from the legitimate votes that are against Putin, if you understand what that means. So basically, it's like a third party candidate trying to steal votes from the people that are actually really opposing Putin. But anyway, he started his Democratic political party 11 months ago in January 2020, and now he has decided to leave. Make what you will of this news. I don't know what's going on. I just read the news. Anyway, next news. Tank rewards, bye-bye. No more tank rewards after November. That's because, of course, you have the over the Christmas period, you have a lot of missions, you have a lot of free gifts. I don't think tank rewards is necessary for those months. Maybe it'll come back again sometime in January or February. That is my guess. But anyway, end of November, tank rewards will be no longer. Next up, some 2D camo. This is called the Overlord Styling Kit. Let's take a quick look at it. Overlord Styling Kit, of course, is based on the Overlord map, which means you have a lot of these tank barrier things. Supposed to be a beach motif, I guess. These are the tank barriers, right? Do not submerge over this line. Yeah, kind of cool. It looks kind of like a lot of white colors, so it looks great if you like the winter kind of camouflage, because this is fairly light colored, sand color or white color. Yeah, so this is called the Overlord 2D style. Let's go to the next 2D style, which looks like a Christmas skin. Looks like something you would have to grind and then put the coupons into the books, and then you receive this as a reward. Looks like one of those Christmas camos. Of course, every year there's 4 of them, so this is just the first of them, I guess. But I'm not too sure about the exact mechanics. But looks cool, nice design. Anyway, let's go to the next piece of news. Italian heavy tanks being nerfed. Tier 7, 8 and 9s being slightly nerfed. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this because we're not able to test these tanks. We've not seen them in super tests. We have no idea how they are actually performing. All I can tell you right now is they are being slightly nerfed. As you can read here, dispersion slightly nerfed from 2.0 to 2.2 and stuff like that. But we'll have plenty of time to go into detail in the future episodes. So let's not dig into it too much at the moment. Again, this is the Rinoceronte, which is the tier 10, also being nerfed. Don't know much about it except it's being nerfed. So let's just leave it at that and move on to the next news. This is in super test. 2 new maps and 1 reworked map. 2 new maps are called Island and Canyon, and the reworked map is the frontline map called Craftwork, the winter map. Anyway, let's look at the first map. It's called Island. What do I want to tell you about this? I designed a map that looks exactly like this. This is my map on the right. This is the map that's in super test. I actually designed this map in a competition among community contributors. It was featured in the World of Tanks portal. This is my map. It's called Tarakan, based on the coast of Borneo in Malaysia, and this is my map featured in World of Tanks portal, and this is their new map design. Looks like a lot. My map looks a lot like this map they designed. Maybe I should get a job in World of Tanks map designing department or something. So anyway, this is what the map looks like. I don't know how far into development they are, but it looks like they have some renders. I don't know if these are in-game renders or this is or if this is like an artist's impression. There's no indication of that right now. It looks like this is an artist's impression. It does not look like these are the actual in-game renders, but basically the same idea that I had was a little island with the main battle, the center of the city, where the barracks are and stuff like that. So that was my idea, and this is what their artist's impression is like in their version of the island map. Looks really cool. Great minds think alike, I guess. Anyway, this is island map. The next map is called Canyon map, and again, this looks like it's in very early development, and everything looks like just artists' impressions. They don't look like these are in-game assets. They just look like an artist has roughly drawn them out to give them an idea. It looks a little bit like steps, right? Not steps. What's the El Haluf? The one with the hills in the north. A little bit like that, just because it's desert, I guess. I'm not sure. But anyway, cool that they are developing a couple of maps. This is important because we are running out of ideas playing the same maps all over and over and over and over again. It's nice to have new maps. I wish them success in that. And let's move on to the next news. Some changes to the K192. K192, of course, was slated to be a tier 9 kind of like reward premium tank, but then they've dropped it down to a tier 8, and then obviously once you drop it to a tier 8 you need to reduce its values. Now on paper, again, this tank is not out yet. There's nothing to test it. Just the stats is all we know. What I can tell you is it is going to be performing a lot like a T44-100 according to the stats, because it has very good mobility, it has decent agility, and I must say this tank actually looks good. I didn't like it as a tank destroyer, kind of like, you know, turret at the back. I like this one, turret more central, looks more like a regular tank. I actually look, the turret looks a little crazy because it's so flat and wide, but I do like the look of this tank. I'm really looking forward to this one. If you saw my videos, the 274A was kind of underwhelming for me. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. I was hoping it would be more like a T44-100. This looks closer, according to the stats anyway, looks closer to a T44-100 kind of vibe, which is what I am liking, and that's what I'm going for anyway. But we'll see when the time comes. We will have more news on this tank. Next up is another tank that actually looks like this tank. This is in the super test. This is called the K91 PT. It is actually the same tank but with a fixed turret. So this is going to be a tank destroyer with a fixed turret that looks exactly like the K91 with a fixed turret. So the K91, the tier 10 version, this is going to be the tier 9 version, but it's going to be non-turreted. It's going to have a fixed turreted, non-rotatable turreted. Again, look at the textures. It has not even been rendered 100% yet. It is still very flat. There are no textures being added to it. So this is very, very early development. I wouldn't get too excited about it. I wouldn't read too much into all the stats at the moment. Just know that it's there and it's happening. We will follow up on this tank in the near future. Let's move on to the next news, and the last bit of news we have for you today. These are some screenshots of the Progetto 54, the tier 9 version, or the Progetto C50 mod 66 if you want the full name. Anyway, this is the tier 9 version. It looks really cool. This is the Italian tank that I like the most in terms of the way it looks. It looks like a regular tank, but it looks kind of modern. It looks a bit like a chieftain in my opinion. I like it. It looks really cool. I like it better than the tier 10 Rhino Charonte. I prefer this look. This looks a lot more believable. It looks more like an actual tank, and it looks like it's got beefy wheels, man. It looks like it's running on 20-inch wheels in a car, you know. Really cool. I like it. I like the way it looks. I hope it performs well. I'm gonna collect this tank for sure, just because I like the way it looks. But anyway, here you go. That's the last bit of news I have for you today. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to smash the like button and give me a follow. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.